there is massive potential for these two people in this relationship, and I'm getting that something significant is going to be happening on July 22nd, because I was hearing 722, seeing 722. So I actually just was like, let me look up what astrologically is going to be happening on 722. And sure enough, it is a list of things that are happening. So not every single day are there like so many different like transits that are having aspects to each other, but on July 22nd is actually a pretty significant day in July transit wise and astrologically. So the moon is going to be moving into Cancer, which means that the moon will be conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. That seems to be like something that could be significant. It also is the first day of Leo season. The sun is going to be moving into Leo, and that day the sun will also then be making a sextile to Uranus. Also, don't worry if you don't understand all of this astrological speak. The key is that there's just a lot going on. You could look into it more on that day. You could even like pull up your horoscope for that day. Maybe there's something that's happening. I like to use the website AstroSeek. This is not an ad. It's a free site. I like to use it. So you can like put in your birth info, and you can look at like the transit chart or your like daily horoscope for that day and see what's going on. Mars is going to be opposing the North Node, and Venus is going to be squaring the North Node. So there's a lot going on there too. And this is all happening during Mercury retrograde. So it will be Mercury retrograde during that time frame of July 22nd. So I was like, okay, what's going on then? And what does this couple need to know? And I got the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the 7 of Stars. And so what I'm getting, especially with the 7 of Cups, it's like you're going to need to make some sort of choice about how you want to move forward, and if you're going to keep on nurturing this connection. And I feel like it's also encouraging you to move forward and nurture this connection. This is also a Mercury card, so it's also making sure that you're communicating in a way that's like helping you to move forward and helping you to move in this like nurturing way. But you do have a choice. Not all of the choices are good choices. Like some of the choices could lead to kind of disaster here, and I'm not trying to like scare you, but it's like the disaster could be that you aren't doing the work to nurture the connection, and that you, through your words or your choices or your like impulsive actions, end up kind of like hurting the relationship. What I'm getting, I asked like, what if you do decide to nurture the connection? Because I feel like that's what Spirit is suggesting that you do. Again, not going back to like old ways of being, not worrying about carrying your old baggage, really like letting all of that go. Those are the lessons that we've been getting over the past several parts. And so I'm like, what if you actually do decide to nurture the connection? You choose the cups that feel fulfilling in this connection. And I'm seeing the Page of Stars and the Magician. These are both about manifestation. It's both about like manifesting what you truly desire. I feel like there's a part of you that's so scared to manifest what you truly desire in this connection because you're so scared of being hurt. And same for the other person. You both are having this like mirrored, the Justice card had come out before, this like mirrored experience of like holding on to things from the past because you're scared of getting hurt, but you do both want to have a positive future. And so if you can choose to pour into this connection and nurture this connection, you can actually receive what you've been wanting. It's just being with the King of Crystals. Oh my gosh, and then I see the Sun card too. With the King of Crystals on the bottom of the deck and the Sun card, it's very much about like deciding that this is the direction you want to go in, and choosing joy with this connection. Choosing that like, I want one of these positive cups. I want a positive outcome with this connection. So I'm going to nurture this connection. I'm going to communicate in the way that I need to in order to have this positive outcome. So maybe you literally want to like mark your calendar for maybe a little before July 22nd so that you're like ready and like aware of this energy coming forward, so that you are prepared, because I feel like that is going to be one of the like make it or break it points in this relationship. I had also been seeing 26, and it's making me think of 26 weeks as 6 months. So I think we should look like 6 months into the future, and then maybe another 6 months after that, which would be like a year from now. But as I'm saying this now, I'm also thinking, okay, 26, that could also be like February 6th, 2026. So we're just gonna look at some future dates in the next part. I'll see you there.